Hey there! So today I'm going to be doing a foundation test, and I've decided I'm going to be testing out the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. It is a cult classic, and I've actually had this for a little while, maybe a couple months now, and I have the shade 1N1. I've worn it one other time. I'll explain it to you a little bit later in the video. I don't remember the results of it, so I've decided that I'm going to put it on my face. I really want to see how it's like. It's obviously not cheap. I'm going to say how much it is later in the video, but if you want to see how the Estee Lauder foundation performs, how it wears throughout the day, and what I think about this, then you can just keep watching the video. As always, I post on Wednesdays and Sundays, so if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you, and let's just get on with the video. Okay, so I put on moisturizer and primer, and then now I'm just going to add the Estee Lauder, and mine is in the shade 1N1 Ivory Nude. I've tried this one time before, and I haven't used it since then because I broke out after that, and I was worried that it was from this. Looking back, I don't think that this is the reason why I broke out, so I'm actually pretty excited to try this. It's obviously a product that's pretty hyped up and a lot of people really like it, so I'm excited to see what it does to my skin. I'm going to be doing one side of my face with the sponge and the other side with a brush. So I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand. It has just a little pour bottle, which is kind of annoying. But, oh well. Just dab some on my face. It does have a scent to it. Kind of like a florally, like perfumey scent. It's not too strong, but it is there. So just a heads up on that. It is more of a runny consistency, so it's going to drip down my hand. It's not very thick consistency, which I personally like. It doesn't feel too heavy on my skin. Wow. That looks really nice. Okay. So that's half my face done. Very pale. So I'm going to blend this side out with my brush. I'm just using my AOA Studio High Definition F3 brush. Okay, as you can see, it didn't cover too much. I would definitely need to go over with a second layer. I actually feel like I got a little bit better coverage with the beauty sponge, but I do have more to cover on the left side of my face, so maybe I just didn't use as much product. Overall though, I do like the way that it applied better with this sponge, so for my second layer, I'm just gonna go in with the sponge. Is messy, which I don't like. I would have loved for there to be a pump. Something this expensive should have a pump. It's snowing outside for the first time for us, and my dogs keep constantly going in and out of the house. It's driving my mother insane. My dogs love the snow. They could play in it every single second of the day. But then they come inside because they want to just run around and slip all over the house with their snowy paws. And then they're like, okay, we've had some water, we've had some snacks, time to go back outside, time to run around, get all covered in snow again. and it's just hilarious. They're so cute though. My face has been very dry lately, so it is doing a decent job of going over the dry spots. Like I said, it is not covering some of the bigger spots that I have. I'd say it's medium coverage right now, but that's fine. I can just go over with a concealer and cover those spots up. I do like the way that it's laying on my skin. It feels like nothing on there. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and apply my concealer now. Make sure that that lays correctly on it as well. I'm just going to use my Born This Way Super Coverage Concealer. Seems like everything's blending all right over top. Let's see how the under eyes do. This is my favorite concealer, by the way. In my other video, I tried out the Revolution concealer, and that one's supposed to be a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape, and I did not like that one. I've never tried the actual Tarte Shape Tape though, so maybe I'll like that one, but I have a feeling since it's so drying that I wouldn't. But I don't know, maybe I'll give that a shot. But this one I really enjoy. Okay. It looks like the concealer has blended out nicely over top. Doesn't have any issues blending. Doesn't have any issues with the formulas or anything, so that's good. Now I'm going to go ahead and set this with my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Illumination Powder, just because it is a little bit drying. So I'm going to just go ahead and set this with a more brightening type of powder. I always need to set my face. My forehead has a line right here that always wrinkles, and my under eyes always get some creasing, and just in general my foundation likes to break up, so I always set my face even if things sometimes feel like they're a little bit heavy. Usually that will get better as I put setting spray on at the end. So I'm going to go ahead, go off camera, finish the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back and let you know my final thoughts about this foundation. Okay guys, so this is how my makeup looked after finishing it. I really like this foundation. Everything went on super nice. My skin looks really gorgeous. I decided to not set my skin just because I want to see how the foundation wears throughout the day without setting spray on top of it. I do have a primer underneath, but it's one that I am used to using at this point, so I have an idea of how it works. I'm going to see how this wears throughout the day, and I'm going to be doing a couple check-ins, so just stay tuned for those, and let's just see how this wears throughout the day. And then this is what the foundation is looking like in natural lighting. It's a little hard to get natural lighting today because it is so snowy, but I really like the foundation. Hello, puppy. Hi, puppies. Okay guys, so I'm here with my first check-in. I've probably had this on for about 6.5, let's see what time it is, maybe almost 7 hours now. It's not looking too oily. It's actually wearing really nicely. It is breaking up a little bit on my nose right there and kind of on a little bit of spots that I have. But like I said, I almost have had it on for 7 hours. But other than that, I think it has worn really nicely. I haven't powdered it or blotted or anything like that. Like I said, I didn't even use setting spray this morning, so I think overall it's looking really nicely. My powder, blush, bronzer, highlight, everything like that is still staying on pretty strong over top, so looking good right now. So I'm back for my last check-in. I have a migraine, so I really want to take this makeup off and go to bed. I have been laying on this cheek, so if there's any parts that's rubbed off, mostly on this side, that's probably why. I think the foundation looks okay. It has gotten a little bit more oily. Definitely you can see it on my forehead, and it's broken apart a little bit more on my sides of my nose here. But I honestly think that if I had just set this with a setting spray and I powdered it throughout the day, just maybe once, it would have been totally fine. You can still see my bronzer and my blush, so it still held the products really nicely. So I do really like this foundation, and I'm gonna give it a big thumbs up. I really liked it. It's really expensive, so that's the only negative side for me. You do get the standard fluid ounce, but it is really expensive, so I mean, it looks nicely on my skin, but it's still not gonna be one that I wear all the time just because I don't want it to be something that I would have to repurchase very frequently. So maybe I would mix this in with other things just to have it be somewhat of this type of finish, because I really liked how my makeup wore over top of it and how smoothing it was and how lightweight it felt on my skin. So yep, I really liked the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, and thank you all for watching my video very much, and I will see you in my next one. All right, bye.